Hello, my name is Adeline, and this is my book stats for 2019. This video is a little bit late, but still, I feel like, yeah. So the first graph that I have, well, first of all, I read a total of 60 books this year, and so I'm going to show you some statistics about the books that I read. Yeah, so the first graph that I have is did I like my books of 2019? And so I put all of the star ratings, and as you can see, it's kind of like I put it as a rainbow colors, and it's kind of like a downward slope because which is what I think is ideal, is that you want most of the books that you read to be ones that you love. So you want to have the most of the 4 and 5 stars and the least of the 1 and 2 stars, which is awesome because it means that I think I had a really good reading year, or at least an enjoyable reading year. So that's the first one. And so I'm hoping to keep up this trend for 2020 with the books that I'm reading, and so far so good. So the second set of data that I have is my young adult versus adult books. So the blue bar is the young adult and the red bar is the adult. And as you can see, I had more young adult than adult, which I expected because I've been reading young adult for a long time now, and I only just got into reading adult books within 2019. So I'm hoping that for 2020, those bars were kind of even out because I feel like I'm in more of like emerging adulthood. And so those will kind of even out because I still really do enjoy young adult books, but I also want to read stuff that's, also adult, since I'm considered more of an adult. So the next set of statistics that I have is the authors I've read. So for this one, I wanted to see kind of whether or not I picked up the same authors over and over again, how many new authors I tried, and I wanted to see how many Sarah Dessen books I actually do read, because I feel like I'm always buying them. So I wanted to see how many of them I actually picked up and how much of a significant portion of that was, how significant that portion of Sarah Dessen books was in comparison to all the other authors and books that I've read. So the blue is the unknown author, so that means that I hadn't read anything from that author before I picked up the book. The purple is the known author, so that's I've read a book from them before and I picked up another book by them. And then the pink is Sarah Dessen. So as you can see, I had majority unknown authors, which is to be expected. There are a lot of people I haven't read from. So yeah, and I don't really have any particular goals for this going into 2020, but just to keep this stuff in mind and maybe pick up some more from authors I know, authors I don't know. Yeah. This next set is kind of, it's a lot, but I decided I wanted to see what my most common topics were. And so some of these, I will say for some of these, the numbers, a bit off because I counted some books more than once. So that also played a role in it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with a bar graph or pie chart, so I tried a little bit of both just to see. But the topics were romance, mental health, family, sisters, mystery, memoir, nonfiction, fantasy, grief, identity, religion, friendships, and disability. I put family and sisters in different categories because I feel like a strong family aspect as a whole isn't something I necessarily look for, but strong sister bonds or sister stories I look for a lot. So I wanted to see how specifically, if I picked up a lot more books that had just sisters in them, I don't. I pick up a lot more books with family-related drama and topics. So my highest topic, so what I mostly read from, is romance, which isn't surprising, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. And the second is family, which again was a little bit more surprising that I pick up a lot of books that have to do with complicated families and stuff. But that's just what I like. So this one is more of just to see what I'm into and what I most commonly pick up. So this last one was one that I don't think I've ever seen, but I thought I thought it would be really interesting data. So this one is my favorite one because I feel like there's different ways to interpret it. So this one is race and characters. So it's the green is a non-white main character, the orange is a white main character, and then that kind of more purpley, pinky fuchsia color is a non-white love interest, and the sort of darker pink is a white love interest. And I thought that this one was really interesting, and also I should note that when they had dual perspectives or something, I did count them as main characters, just so that I wouldn't have to choose which one I thought was going to be the main character. Because as you can see, the lowest category there is the non-white love interest. And I feel like this was surprising from, well, not necessarily surprising, but I think it goes against what many people would suspect. For me personally, being mixed and stuff, interracial relationships, like, something I'm used to, but I didn't expect for there to be such a discrepancy in that so many, no matter what race the main character is, more likely than not, her love interest will be white, and I thought that was really interesting. And usually it's these female non-white main characters that still go for the white guys, and even the female white main characters are still going for the white guys, which I just thought was really interesting. And I don't know what, honestly, I don't want to overanalyze this, but I just thought it was interesting how the lowest category was the non-white love interest, because you would think that there would maybe be, I don't know, I assumed that there would probably be more even numbers among the love interests, because typically I feel like, I don't know, for some reason I just assumed, because I know that a lot of main characters are usually white, and so I just thought, well, if there's a white main character, then there's probably going to be like there's probably going to be another character, like a love interest, who's not white, but that's not necessarily the case. And so I think it'll be interesting going into 2020 and seeing if that trend continues, especially with the new releases, if those numbers kind of even out, because I'd like to see them even out and kind of have some mixing and matching and some different couples being shown. So yeah, I just thought that one was really interesting. At the time that I made this, I was taking both a multicultural psychology class and a psychology of prejudice in the minority experience class. So that might also be a reason why I was so interested in this data. But I also think obviously being mixed has kind of informed what I think about the races of people and their love interests and their partners. So I just thought it was very interesting. Although I do like that we're getting a lot of mixed couples. It is nice to see, but I'm hoping that hopefully those numbers will somewhat even out maybe in the next reading year. So yeah, so that is all my stats that I have for the year 2019. I'm really looking forward to my 2020 reading year, and yeah, so like this video, comment if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and tune back in. Okay, bye.